Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to talk about Singularity DAO, which combines the power of advanced AI with human intelligence and is going to create the best opportunity in terms of investments in crypto and other assets. Obviously nothing I talk about on this channel is financial advice, so always go away and do your own research before investing any of your own money. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Okay guys, so jumping across to the website, which as always is linked down below in the description. What is Singularity DAO? You've probably heard of AI or artificial intelligence. Basically, artificial intelligence is kind of like a computer mind that can start to think and learn for itself. So as things happen, it starts to change how it reacts to other things. And you already use AI on a daily basis, although you might not know it, using things like Google, Facebook, etc., because they're all using different types of technology. And with regards to trading obviously being basically a numbers game, there's a lot of opportunity for a computer system if it's intelligent enough to identify patterns and things that are happening in the markets and therefore to be more profitable from them. So you can see, jumping into the website at the moment, they got $17 million or just over $17 million locked in the DAO, and you can see that the Singularity DAO is a DeFi protocol designed to maximize alpha generation regardless of market trends. So more recently we've seen a heavy bear market hit the cryptocurrency industry, and Singularity DAO has outperformed in Ethereum and Bitcoin rather than just holding Ethereum and Bitcoin by between 15 and 20%, showing that it's already substantially improved on the potential that you might gain just by doing this yourself. So that's something that's very exciting indeed, obviously because the market's been down, but imagine when the market goes up, bearing in mind that this only has the ability to go long on markets, not short on markets. This is where it's so exciting. You can see as well here, there's a little video telling you all about how it all works, and over on Joe Rogan and other famous YouTubers, you could find videos where they feature Singularity DAO and the potential of making returns using AI, because obviously in the past people have kind of been looking at AI and how it might be utilized, but in this particular space it could be a very exciting thing and it could really mix up the way that the cryptocurrency markets work. You see, they've been featured on CNN, Yahoo, etc., which are obviously substantial players in the game, and there's also lots of other things to be found on the website if you want to find out more information. So basically guys, a Dynaset's kind of like a hedge fund. So if you want to invest traditionally in stocks and things like that, then maybe you might invest into a fund where they'll manage your money and put it into various different investments within the stock market. Basically it minimizes your risk when you spread across a number of different assets, because obviously if one asset falls, it doesn't mean that the whole of the portfolio will fall, and that enables them to sort of give you returns over a period of time. But that's just using the human mind. Now what's very exciting about AI is it has the ability to analyze loads and loads of different data at one time compared with the speed of the human mind, and that makes it very exciting because a lot of the stuff that happens in crypto you might not realize, but it's down to kind of like market sentiment, things that are posted on Twitter, things that are on Instagram, and as well as that, different pieces of news and things like that. So it's very difficult, especially if you don't have all of the time in the world, to be analyzing this constantly to know what's really going on. And what's beneficial about this is the AI, along with the kind of the human investor, can then go into the markets, identify all of the stuff that's happening in these trends, all of the market behavior, and factor that into the trading decisions that it takes. So here you can see the BTC Dynaset has outperformed the market by nearly 20%. That was as of the 3rd of February 2022. Now obviously the markets have been pushing towards the downside during that period of time since then, so it will be very interesting to see, and right now things are getting very exciting. This is on a beta testing version, but they're looking to launch the version 1, which is happening very, very soon. So what's the kind of beneficial element to that? Obviously that's what's important for us right now. We can see Easy, the AI-powered dynamic asset manager, monitors trends and manages assets. You can earn performance and management fees when alpha is generated above the hurdle rate, and then you can spend less money on transaction fees thanks to the Forge, which batches a Dynaset user's transactions. So instead of just your single transaction that you're making, it's going to keep all the transactions of everyone together in order to cut down on things like gas fees, etc. And then as well as that, you've got the opportunity to vote. Dynaset tokens can be staked or used to provide liquidity to farms. SDAO governance token. So we've already talked about other platforms on this channel that allow you to copy trades, etc. But this is really kind of very unique and exciting because it's using something that all the others are not. The other one's using copy traders where you can copy people who are doing particularly well, but this is not just going to do that. It's going to be identifying what's happening in the market right now and giving you the best opportunity to see returns in your investments. As well as that, you can get staking for the highest returns, lock your tokens for long periods of time to receive the best rewards in our bonded staking program. Additionally, we offer an unbonded staking program if you would like to withdraw at any time. Why do we want to stake crypto? Well, particularly now when the prices of crypto are low and it's more than likely that they're going to be worth significantly more in the next 6 months to a year. Well, obviously not financial advice, go away and do your own research, but what's exciting about that is I can earn a percentage yield or a percentage reward on that particular cryptocurrency that I've invested. So for example, if I'm putting away Bitcoin right now, then everything that I'm putting away, I'm going to maybe earn 5 to 10%, or depending on the rates, on that particular asset. So the crypto that I'm holding is earning money, and if that crypto goes up in value, the money that I've been earning on the Bitcoin will also expand in value as well. Ultimately, it's a very exciting time to be getting involved in staking because unlike when the markets are at the top, the risk of going further to the downside is obviously reduced because we've already taken drops of 60% or even more in some of the altcoins. They offer things like yield farming. After providing liquidity, you farm LP tokens to maximize results with highly competitive APRs or annual percentage returns. There's launch pads where they'll be launching new projects into the system. And obviously by having a launch pad, it's very good to follow launch pads because it allows you to find the very best projects without having to do all the hard work to go and look and do all the due diligence that you need to do when you're looking into new projects, because the platform's going to do it for you. And as well as that, there's a token bridge. Singularity DAO is on a mission to become chain agnostic. Users will be able to bridge any chain that can benefit from Singularity DAO's suite of DeFi tools and governance I've just talked about a little bit there. And then all of it will be shown in the dashboard, which you can go and find out more information on. What's really nice to see, unlike a lot of other projects, there's a very transparent team here. We got all the photos of each individual. You can go through and find out more information on these individuals to understand their backgrounds, etc. But the reason we want to look at teams who are willing to show their faces is because it does make them much more trustworthy, because they're less likely to disappear with your money if they're putting their faces out there. Now what's really worthwhile doing, guys, because obviously launch date not yet confirmed, you can come across here and put your email address in to join the waitlist. So when the version 1 is actually released, bearing in mind that the beta version was already very successful and this will have a few updates as well, then you can get involved as soon as it launches. And right now I've just mentioned exactly why this is the best time to get involved in crypto, because markets are low. This is when no one's paying attention, but this is really when you make the big money in crypto, in my opinion. You can see some information down below. Dynaset auto balances your digital assets. Our beta continues to outperform the markets at significant margins. Participants are beating the markets by up to 45% by simply just holding their tokens in the Dynasets that are automatically balanced for the best return. So if you, like me, are continuing to hold crypto despite entering bear markets and things like that, then you're kind of being a bit silly really, because you have the potential then to earn an additional percentage on top of this. So it's definitely worth putting in your email address here. And just by submitting your email address, guys, it doesn't mean that you have to join up. It just means that you can get more information about this, and when it does launch, you're going to have the opportunity to be involved from the very start. And that's something very exciting, because it's all about having an edge somewhere in the markets. And obviously if you don't have tons of time to go and learn about trading and study all of the information out there, then this is probably excellent for you. Another thing that's really exciting that's just mentioned down here is that obviously trading is quite time consuming, and obviously people need to sleep. So even your expert advisors and whatever, they are not paying attention to the markets 24/7, but obviously an AI does not need to rest. And that's where it has an edge over everything else in the market. Experience Wall Street level trading without the premium cost through DeFi. A lot of the banks, etc., as you can imagine, are starting to implement AI into the way that they trade, because obviously they've got the money to be able to do it, but you've got the opportunity to get involved in DeFi, where you basically have a super low cost to be able to access the same high power technical tools that the big banks are using to make billions of dollars. In terms of how it all works, guys, it's super simple. You just need to deposit your funds. Obviously, once you receive your email link telling you that the version 1 is being launched and you are able to access it, and then you just click into auto trading and the auto trader will kick off, and then obviously you will just collect rewards. And if you, like me, are just planning on holding crypto for a long period of time, you don't have to collect it. You can just let it feed back into the system, auto staking and auto compounding on itself. Now I want to come back to the results that we've got here, guys, and what's really cool is obviously, as you can see, the market has been trending down, so obviously it still has dropped a little bit lower, losing a little bit of money, going down around 18%, but that's compared with the 50% drop that's been seen with like the standard drop that's been seen in Bitcoin, etc. So that's in a strong bear market without the ability to short the market. So that means that no one can bet on the prices going down, they can only bet on the prices going up. So what that really means is, obviously this is the beta version. What's very exciting about the version 1 that's going to be released is they're going to have the ability to not only long the market but also to short the market. So whichever way the market is going, this is going to work like a professional trader, perhaps even better than a professional trader. And that is something that is really, really interesting and exciting. It's obviously a highly experimental thing, guys, but so far, so good. And I often think when you come across these things that might sound a little bit too good to be true, that if you've got a little bit of money sitting around, you can just put in a little bit of money and watch it for a week or two to identify whether or not it's something you're going to be interested in longer term. And then you can start to put in more funds and allocate more funds to the AI trader, which is obviously going to only be improving with time as things go on. Now, coming across to the app, guys, here you can see you can connect wallets, and it's telling you all of the information that we have seen here. You can see the view Dynasets, and you can see all of the different ones that are available. We've got Ethereum ones, Bitcoin ones, etc. And I'm sure over time they'll start to add more and more different tokens that you'll be able to trade. Now, there's tons and tons of statistics and things that you can get through and look at all the information that supports this project, but I've not seen anything like it. And the fact that it's been shown on like Joe Rogan, the Lex Fridman show, and others, this is something to me that is showing that this is a really exciting new opportunity. Obviously, go and do some research on this, guys, because it does sound like a fantastic opportunity. And if you're interested in just buying and holding crypto, not necessarily day trading crypto, which is obviously a completely different beast, but if you're right now looking to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum because they're heavily discounted perhaps to where they were a few months ago, then putting it into something like this is probably the best way that you're going to see returns in the coming year. You can see that already the simplified beta version has been outperforming the market. So just imagine the opportunity that the version 1 is going to have when it has other features added, like the ability to short, etc., and as well as being more advanced in general. You can see on Twitter, well established with over 33,000 followers. Lots of information available here about how you can perhaps come across and get involved in the DAO. And obviously this is releasing in the next sort of few weeks or so, so it's definitely worth being here. And then you can find out not only by subscribing with your email address to the website, by coming over to Twitter, you can keep up to date with all of the things that are happening. Maybe you get opportunities to win free crypto, etc. So give them a follow and find out more information once it's coming out about them. I guarantee that this is going to be heavily subscribed, so you want to be involved in something like this early because you don't want to miss out on the potential opportunity if it's something that suits your appetite for risk and your interest in general with regards to crypto, earning money in crypto, etc. So if you want to go and find out more about this extremely interesting project, then make sure you check out the link down below in the description. Singularity DAO is basically an AI-driven trading tool that can be used to help you outperform the markets. It's already been proven to work well during a bear market with just the ability to long, outperforming the market in general. And as well as that, the new version 1 will be launched very, very soon. Go over to the website, leave your email address, and then you can get up-to-date news on when that launch is going to happen and make sure you don't miss out. The ability then with the version 1 is it's going to have not only to be longing positions but also shorting positions. It analyzes data across the market that people like us or anyone in general doesn't really have the time to be able to do. So get your hands potentially on something that the Wall Street traders are using and do it at a very affordable cost that you can do over on a DAO. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, then make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps us out more than you know. And If you want to learn more about trading tools, crypto, NFTs, and much, much more, then make sure you subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date with all of the latest happening. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.